Hey guys, Deadraught here. Wanted to give you a little insight onto the Crusader class and how I roll with it. Start with some gear. Perfectly rolled Fate of the Fell for the most part. With patch 2.1, I might try to get a new one, but I've been looking out for one, so we'll see. Just so I can have, 10% increased damage and not have to roll the socket in it. Hell Skull, almost perfect. 15% atmosphere damage is a must. 20% Holy Scale Soge. 6% cooldown reduction gets me to the 56% mark with 8 on everything else, even on my amulet. Reaper's Wrath wraps with 19% and 6% crit. Dovu Energy Chap. Would like to get one with Holy on it, and the same with stats otherwise. Helmet of Rakan, crit chance and socket, must. Heaven Sphere damage on the chest, 3 sockets. Strength and Vitality, hopefully. Pauldrons, 8% cooldown reduction. Heaven Sphere damage, that one can be upgraded. And almost perfect gauntlets. My Unity, of course, for when soloing. And pants. I don't really care about roll resist because you usually have your items that prevent the different magical damage. So stats, 373, a little low on crit damage, only because I wanted that 56% cooldown reduction. It's nice in boss fights, so you can have it up 100%. Crit hit chance is 60 almost, 55. Paragon's core, movement speed is first, then strength all the way. Crit hit damage, chance, and then cooldown. Attack speed. Resist all, then armor, then life. And area damage, either or. Resource cost is good if you're lacking on it. Skills, Heaven's Fury with Fires of Heaven, Shotgun Blast. Pairs great with Fate of the Fell, obviously. Akaras Champion said on Reddit thread that I use Embodiment of Power, only because I use the Laws of Ayla critical instead of Unstoppable Force because of the 50% cooldown reduction or resource reduction. So I use Embodiment of Power to get that Wrath regeneration. Shield Glare, Divine Verdict for 20% more damage. Provoke, just to keep my Wrath up. And Endurance for the speedy clears. Finery, obviously. Heavenly Strength for 2 weapons. Holy Cause to heal yourself a little bit. And increase your damage dealt by your weapon. And then Indestructible. Nice lifesaver. Good for hardcore too. Well, let's get on with the Rift. Normally I do Rift at 4, but for this purpose I will just turn down my volume a little bit on Diablo 3. And go for it. Let's try not to kill ourselves. Obviously, you can see T6 right now, everything's melting, doing about 40k damage to just regular mobs. Now with elite damage on the ring, you can definitely even get that up higher. So this is looking like it's good mob density, get everything put together nicely, keep Akarats up, and just go bombs away. Get in the middle of them and usually just kind of shield glare them. Try to get as many in the blast as I can and get as close. Obviously, elite packs give you more percentage towards the Rift Guardian, so you want to look for those. So if there's not a lot of mob density, usually I just try to move on from it. Just keep the flow going. As you can see, if you don't keep Akarats up, your Wrath goes down a lot. Makes it hard to keep up once you get down to 0 too if you don't have it up. So having 100% is definitely nice in that case. You rarely ever run out of wrath, even with critical rune and Laws of Valor. But even just one, you can just see how much extra wrath it takes without having Akrats up. And just kind of work my way around the rifts. This guy trying to kick my butt. Just keep it nice, steady pace going. You know, I know some people like to look at the scenery, but if you're looking to improve your clear times, just keep a steady flow going, you know. Try to keep high mob density and skip the ones that aren't. Very rarely will you ever run into a situation where you're going to run out of mobs in a rift if you skip a couple. I have had some times where you have to get every mob, you know. Conduit. I would like to done without, but it is what it is, right? I know I missed a lot of mobs back there, but hopefully, like I said, I won't run out. And a power bottle. Okay, well. Okay. Let's see what I can get with one shot, basically. 60%. On number 2, might be 3 of them. So you hit for about 120 mil. No Harrington's up. If I had Harrington's, obviously it'd be like 200 mil. Let's see if I can find a corpse or something. Mr. Hammer guys don't like to die that easily. I can really tell what they are on the ground. Not really any good. Honestly, most legendaries need to have some kind of ability on it, otherwise they're just generally worthless for the stats. You know, every slot that has an item that basically has some kind of trade-off for it, whether you get a 6-piece bonus from it or an ability, different, incentive to get it. So each slot has a piece. No use having any items in that slot that don't have something to give you incentive. So get that corpse for Harrington's. Corpses, chest, weapons rack, weapon racks, everything gives you the proc on it, so it's good to have. But once again, for greater rifts, it really doesn't matter. I haven't had to put on an item yet to prevent any damage. Hasn't been a lot of elite packs though, so but when there has, they've pretty much just melted. Even faster cast time on everything. And pretty much just chunking him. Even if I didn't have this 100% uptime on Shield Glare, I'd still be chunking him. At least 40 mil per hit. And that's it. Oh, can't even pick up all those blood shards. Need to gamble some. We got one legendary that rift run. Sometimes I walk out with about 3 or 4. I guess I'll game on this guy. I may go to another character, but I could use shoulders.
Maybe you can find a use for that.
Just enough to get rid of. So we can go pick up the rest. Did you know that? That's about it. Pretty fast clear time. High damage, good sustainability. Rarely ever ran into a situation where I almost died or lost my life. Can go through here a little bit. Hopefully I run into some more elite packs. Nice training tool, but you know, even with Frozen, the nice thing is that Acrats lets me walk through it. You know, it might take a lot of damage, but I can avoid it. And that's why I don't really use Prophet for that reason, because almost everything is avoidable. You know, like Jailer is sometimes a little pesky when there's other affixes and suffixes around. All that from the good old Diablo 2 days. By that I mean they would have, you know, a first name and a last name that would produce what type of monster they were. So affix, suffix. So I'm just kind of melting through everything. Really don't have any problems with my clear times. Or problems unless it's like a pesky combination of elites, but the more elites the better, I think, because it gives me more shit to hit. Like that would hurt if I stood in it, but I can avoid it, so why does it matter? But I can take one with indestructible, more than likely. So, or both of these. Yeah, see, it's still demon. And then I heal up quickly. So give me multiple elite packs. I'd take them. Complain. There's one. Oh, there's another one. That's it. I just want to get by this, so I'll use my potion. Still didn't proc invincible. Just a little avoidance there. Still not a lot of legendaries. But I don't need anything else on this guy anyways. That's pretty much it. There you have it. You know, I'd like to get around the community a little bit more and show off what I got with all my other classes as well, because pretty balanced and have a understanding of most classes and how to build them, and how to play them, especially, you know, how to avoid stuff, and just good mechanics overall. So if you're interested, just hit me up. I'd be glad to answer any of your questions and socialize with all you guys. Thanks.